Welcome to my hotel room here inside Terminal 5 at Heathrow. I don't even know what the hotel's called. I think it's called the Sofitel or something like that. And it's currently 9 p.m. on Thursday, the 4th of September. And of course, I'm doing another vlog. And that's because I've got a flight tomorrow morning to Belgium, which I'll tell you about in just a moment. And I just want to thank you firstly, because I didn't know whether I'd carry on doing vlogs. I didn't even know whether my New York vlog was even going to turn out into a vlog. But so many of you just said how much you liked it. There were so many kind comments. And if I'm honest, I just really enjoyed watching it back. And I had this moment when I was watching back my old vlog that it just reminded me of times when I look back in my own journal and diary and just appreciate those moments of reflection and highlights from a past. And I just already know the appreciation of a future version of me looking back at these videos and these trips. And what I feel like really is the start of my career in this space. And I've been doing it now for 5 years, but I do really believe and feel like with my book coming out in November and now talking around the world that I genuinely feel like it's only just getting started. So I know there's going to be a future version of Matt looking back at this. And you know, here's the thing I would say, if you've got a passion in your own field, document it, document it. There is nothing more valuable than looking back and don't worry about what other people say. This is the first time I've been this open on camera and done any form of content like this, and there's always fear in your mind saying you might look stupid or whatever, and I think you've just got to ignore that, because there is a future version of you who's so grateful for the steps that you're taking right now. So the plan, it is 9 p.m. The reason I'm here in a hotel is just because it's about 4 hours door to door from Cornwall to Heathrow. My flight's not until 11. But the more you get to know me personally, the more you'll understand that I love to keep things simple and I love to stay in flow and avoid any unnecessary stress. So it would have been a super early start otherwise. It's just so much easier to get here, take my time, do some last bits that I need to do, preparation, ready for this trip. So this trip is to Belgium, flying into Brussels, specifically in Ghent I'm staying, which I think is about 45 minutes from Brussels, and Ghent looks absolutely breathtakingly beautiful, and I can't wait to also be a tourist there as well as work. So what am I doing? Well, on Saturday the 6th, I've got a keynote on the power of intention, how you can use intention with a deliberate act of embodying that version of yourself in the future and the effects that can have on your life. And of course, there's going to be lots of time for me to explore Ghent as well, which I know you'll appreciate, and the future version of myself looking back. But the plan now, very simply, is just to go down, grab some dinner, finish up loose ends at my end, finish my newsletter, and then go from there. So enjoy this vlog. Let's see where it goes. Welcome to Ghent. I arrived here a couple of hours ago and I thought I'd show you around. It is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. It's the first time I've ever been to Belgium, actually, let alone Ghent. And so far it's given me vibes of York in the UK. If you know York, the city of York, then you'll know what I mean. These beautiful sort of cobbled streets and the architecture. I'm staying at 1898 The Post, which is sort of right in front of me here, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Oh my God, stunning hotel, stunning. And it's embarrassing how amazing the staff are as well. Greeted with a glass of Prosecco, sort of taken to my room, and every single nook and cranny of that room they explained to me, and I was just like, this is embarrassing in comparison to the UK. So here we go. There's the hotel that I'm staying at just there. And it is just absolutely breathtakingly stunning. So the plan is pretty simple. I've got 2 hours to be a tourist before we're going out for dinner. There's a tapas restaurant that the hosts of the event have booked, and I think there's a small group of us, the other people that are speaking tomorrow, as well as the event organisers, which is going to be really nice. And that's the really nice thing with speaking now around the world. You know, to me, this just doesn't feel like work. I mean, the fact that I'm being paid to speak for an hour on stage tomorrow at the most amazing event that I probably go to anyway, you know, is like a bit of another pinch me moment. It's like, wow, like this is exactly what that younger version of Matt dreamed of. And I just have to ground myself and remind myself of that sometimes, that, you know, this is work, right? I'm here in a beautiful city, speaking for an hour, and then I get to absorb the rest of the event and the rest of the city. Just never underestimate the power of intention. Never underestimate going after your dream, because it exists, and if you stay consistent towards it, just miracles happen, right? And I'm just having to remind myself of that right now as we speak. So the flight here was quite interesting, actually. Let me explain why. I woke up this morning and I just had this intuition that my flight was going to be delayed. And I knew that two things could potentially happen there. One, that it was genuine intuition and that I was picking something up from you know, the future, which of course happens to me all the time, whether through dreaming or whether through intuition, or actually whether it was just a genuine like sort of belief that I had, because it's not the easiest to get to Brussels from the UK. Like a direct flight was only from London Heathrow, and I think maybe there was a part of me that thought, if this flight doesn't pan out, like it's going to be a little bit difficult getting here. That thought definitely was on my mind, and I thought, do you know what, let's just let this play out and see what happens. And of course, as soon as I sailed through security, got to the board, there's, you know, huge board full of flights, and the only one that was delayed was of course the flight to Brussels. Only by half an hour, but I just thought that's so interesting, because it's either intuition or just that belief. And it doesn't really matter which way we look at it, because both are valid in that case. And then I'm on the plane. I mean, it's only a 45-minute flight. You're literally from Heathrow, you're up and then you're back down. And probably at that point there, as we're just sort of coming up and over, I have a tray on my lap with a nice glass of cold Diet Coke, and there just happened to be a tiny bit of turbulence, and of course that glass of Coke just knocked over and just went all down my jeans. Now of course that wouldn't be a problem if you had dark jeans on, but of course if you know me now, I practically only wear cream jeans. So the woman next to me thought that was hilarious, and so did I, and I've only packed 3 pairs, so that's 1 down, 2 to go for sure, which is quite funny. So I've got to be careful now with the pair I'm wearing. I've got to be careful now with the ones I'm wearing, but I thought it was just quite funny. So I'm just going to carry on being a bit more of a tourist, see what I can find, and see where the night takes us. Good evening from my hotel room. It's just before 11 p.m. and I've had the most amazing evening here in Ghent. What a beautiful city, as you've just seen. Even more spectacular walking back and seeing it all lit up. It's truly stunning. If you're seeing this video and you like the look of it, then here's your sign to get to Ghent and explore. You will not be disappointed. And a lovely evening having tapas with a beautiful group of people who are all part of this event. Experts in their respected fields, and it's truly amazing when you can connect with like-minded people, which I've done this evening. So let me just share, before I go to bed, just a little bit more about this event and what it's about. So the company that have asked me to speak are called Be Your Light, and they have a centre on the outskirts of Ghent called Beam. So Beam, Be Your Light, a beam of light. And essentially what they have is energy enhancement systems. And these systems, if you can imagine being in like a centre, a health centre, And these devices are around the room and they beam light out. And that beam of light is a frequency that is faster than the speed of light. It's scalar wave technology. And scalar wave technology puts you in an altered state. So it's unbelievable for meditation, even more unbelievable for setting intentions, because you're essentially in the quantum field. You drown out noise and incoherence immediately. And people go to the center for healing, because when you're placed in a room with that type of frequency, it eradicates pretty quickly any incoherent energy. So the stories of people that are healing from energy enhancement systems is truly fascinating. So that's on Sunday. So Sunday, we're going to the center, and I'm actually going to try out for the first time these energy enhancement systems. And I think now that this technology is in, I believe, 50 countries already. So if you just look at energy enhancement systems near wherever you are, I'm sure they'll pop up, and I'm pretty sure even more are going to be popping up pretty soon. So it's truly incredible what this technology does. And that is essentially the premise of this weekend. It's to remember the light within us. And, there's people talking in and around that niche. Obviously, my niche being manifestation and intention. So I'll be speaking directly on, what we can do when we create that coherence and that environment where we can strike a very clear vision or intention for our future and marry that up with, that heartfelt emotion and what that can do when we send it out. And of course, if you could be in one of these centers whilst doing that, then you're only going to accelerate your intent, because the de-acceleration, if you like, or the friction that most of us find when it comes to manifestation is the noise that gets in the way, which is our own limiting beliefs, which we often struggle to suppress when we're in a meditation, or just life in general. So we can't all go to energy enhancement centers. We can't all go to a week-long retreat. But if we try and incorporate some form of consistency with our work, we can try and create that form of coherence in our lives. So it's getting quite late here, 11 p.m. I don't know if I've mentioned that already. So I'm going to finish my tea here, and then I'm going to try and get a good night's sleep. I've got to be over at the venue for 7:30 tomorrow morning. Conference starts at 8:30. My talk's at 11:50. They're very precise and organised, which I love. It's an hour's keynote. And I'm quite glad in a way that it's in the morning, because then I can sort of relax a little bit, and that's me done for the weekend. I'm not going to lie. Someone asked me this evening, like, Matt, do you get nervous when you talk? There's a large crowd here this weekend. I am getting obviously much more comfortable now speaking in front of a large group of people. I've never spoken in front of this many. I think there's somewhere, I don't know the exact numbers, but there's somewhere between, I don't know, 400 to 600 people, somewhere around that mark. I don't know how many tickets were sold in total. Either way, it's a large crowd. And the short answer is no. Like, I'm actually very excited. However, the bodily sensation is there of nerves. And it's not even nerves. It's a bodily sensation that you can relate to a past experience of feeling nervous. And that is it. And that's just because the body hesitates when you try and do something that is unknown to it. Of course, I've never spoken in front of a crowd that big before. So, of course, it triggers that feeling. Otherwise, I'm really excited. And I'll do my best to bring you along. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to bring this camera in tomorrow, but there'll be, I'm sure, an opportunity for me to at least get some content maybe on my phone and bring it into this vlog. So there you go, and I'll see you in the morning. So that's the venue that I'm talking at today and where the event is held. It looks absolutely stunning this morning.
Be your light. And every single speaker here today has touched upon that. It's something we can easily express but it's more difficult to actually embody and live it. And that's what we try to do. And at Beam, we are being invited every single day to go inside and to align ourselves with that highest truth that Dr. Sandra talks about so much.
Good evening. Wow, what a day. It is currently 10 to 8 and I have about 10 minutes before I'm meeting the rest of the speakers and event organisers for dinner. We're going for Thai this evening and I'm hoping before this part of the vlog you're able to see some of the content that I was able to get just on my phone because I didn't take my camera with me. Wow, what an unbelievable event, truly amazing. And if I can say so myself, I'm going to say it. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the keynote that I did. It's to the biggest audience that I've ever spoken in front of, and it landed well. So many kind souls came up to me after and said how much they enjoyed it, and that always feels really good. And it was so nice to meet so many people who follow me and traveled so far to come to the event and see me talk. And also what really touches me is how you come up to me and you share your stories and how the work's really helped you, because I think what really sort of hits home for me is this remembrance that numbers on a screen, followers aren't just numbers. I think people get carried away by the number of likes and the number of followers. And for me, I always ground myself in knowing that these are real people. And that's the beauty of what happens when I do events and when I speak around the world now, people coming up to me and it's that real connection that you can never beat. But what I really love is when people that follow me who travel alone, and a lot of people do, and then they meet other people who've also traveled alone, and then friendships start to blossom. As I'm walking back to the hotel here just to quickly freshen up, I see two lovely women who've each travelled, one from Manchester, the other from France, alone, and they met at the event and they were here because of me and they got on really well. And as I'm walking back to the hotel, there they are at a restaurant having dinner together. And isn't that the power of what happens when like-minded souls come together? What an experience. And I'm just so excited to continue doing this around the world. I've got so many great ideas. And if you're seeing this, then it's going to just keep getting better and better. So I'll see what I can capture tonight. Tomorrow is at the centre, the Beam Centre. So we're going to be able to experience the energy enhancement systems. Let me just show you this actually, by the way, because I haven't shown you much of the hotel. So here, this is like not my room, but this is like part of the hotel. I've just come in from sort of outside here. And this is like a little area where you can sit and have a drink. The architecture in this building is just amazing. And I should just mention, of course, all the other speakers that were speaking at the conference today were amazing, so interesting, and I always say I'll forever be a student. I learned so much today myself that I'm excited to then translate back into my own work, and that's the power, isn't it? So yeah, looking forward to a really good evening. Okay, and just like that, I'm ready for dinner. I haven't bought the microphone, so I don't know whether you can hear me. And I'm currently walking there right now. It's interesting because someone said to me not long ago, Matt, you just so casually walk through the streets. Do you not worry about what other people think, like whilst you're recording yourself? Try not to get killed by a tram. And the truth is, everyone is so busy in their own life, with their own problems or thinking about their own life, they haven't even got time to care what I'm doing. Maybe you're putting off getting onto social media because of the fear of what other people might think. They're not going to think about anything. They're too busy worrying about their own lives to worry about what you're doing. So don't let your own limiting beliefs or fear hold you back from posting and getting yourself out there, because the only person that's going to stop you from going after your dream is that inner critic and that voice in your head.
And you know what, I walk past hundreds of people here. Yeah, they might glance, they might look, but they're far too busy in conversation or too busy thinking about their own life to even care about what I'm doing. So thank God for 5G, thank God for Google Maps. I'd have no idea where I'm going otherwise. But Ghent is absolutely beautiful this evening, as you can see behind me. I'm hoping you can hear me. I'm sure you can, because the built-in microphone on this Osmo is really good. There you go. Let's get that. You can see that behind those people there. Live your dreams. That's what it's about. That was perfectly synchronistic as I was just talking there. Now, a sponsor of the event actually was Harmony Hotels, and I've just walked past the Harmony Hotel here. I'm staying at the Post, but apparently Harmony Hotel is also good if you're thinking of coming to Ghent. How stunning is this, though? This is what I love. If you watch the New York vlog, just the architecture, the little cute shops, which I'm going to explore tomorrow. This is what it's about, right? Nearly there. Turn left. And the name, Lemon Thai. Which I think we are nearly there. Lemon Thai. Cute little restaurants. Beautiful. Here we go, the Lemon Thai. Let's go inside and see what this is about. Okay, let's go meet everyone. I can see some speakers ahead of me there. This is cute. Look how nice this looks. Ah, hello!
Absolutely.
You have a 60, yes, what did you say, 60 unit?
60 units, yeah.
60 unit
Yes.
energy enhancement system in Dublin.
Yes, not in Dublin.
Not in Dublin?
Northwest.
Northwest.
In Donegal.
Aha.
I live in
Okay.
Dublin.
You live in Dublin?
Yes.
Not in Dublin.
Yes, it's in Donegal.
Right.
Will you remember that?
Yes, I'll
Okay,
try.
perfect.
I'll try. Good,
Donegal.
good.
Okay.
Right, so
So
should we
it's-
I'm telling all the people to come and...
Sure, perfect, let's do that.
What's it called?
Beyond Light Therapy.com.
I love that name. You know, my book's called Beyond Wanting, and I love the name Beyond.
You were coming in the morning, right? At 9 a.m.
Yeah? No, not 9 a.m.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, there you go.
Ik heb zonnesnoepjes.
Alleen gaan we 3
Ja, dat wou jij wel doen.
Nee, ik dacht van...
We hebben expres gevraagd.
Good morning from Ghent. It's Sunday, the 7th of September. It's about 8 a.m. and I have about 4 hours here this morning to be a tourist and explore, which I'm really excited about, before getting picked up to go to the Beam Health Centre to experience the Energy Enhancement System. I'm sat here just having breakfast, and what a lovely surprise. It's very different, of course, to what you'd expect in England. And I've got some Belgian waffles currently in the oven, coming over to move some chocolate sauce. And to start off with, I've just got something completely random. I've got some lovely fresh fruit, some cheese, some nuts and some pastries, and of course a flat white. The waffles are on their way. Ah, amazing. Thank you, great, thank you. And the waffles have just turned up, so let me show you what I've got in front of me. and then we'll go from there. Okay, so here's the breakfast, which is just a lovely combination of fresh fruit, cheese, pastries. There's the Belgian waffles, which looks lovely. Waffle, I should say. Flat white. My shot here, my power shot, whatever that is. And I'm just going to soak all this in and enjoy the morning before getting out there and exploring.
So as you saw, I had a pretty random but lovely breakfast, a combination of all sorts. And I got chatting to a lovely couple from San Francisco who are traveling Europe for the next 5 weeks. And it turns out they've just been to Cornwall, which of course is where I live. And they were raving about a particular restaurant in Padstow, which happens to be owned by very good friends of ours, Paul and Emma Ainsworth, number 6. So if you're in Cornwall, make sure you check out their restaurant, number 6. What a beautiful morning it is here. Currently just after 9 a.m. And the plan this morning is actually really quite simple. Find coffee. So I'm going to go and try and find a really nice quaint coffee shop, sit and watch the world go round. But I just like the idea. It's a Sunday morning, just taking it quite easy. Apparently it's going to be a beautiful day here, and I can tell already with just the sky, clear blue sky, not really any clouds, and I'm dressed in pretty much just cream, so I think that's the perfect outfit for what's going to be a beautiful day by the look of it. I don't really know where I'm going, but that's okay. I'm just going to explore and see where the wind takes me and go from there. Okay, so I've arrived at the square and everything seems to be just sort of waking up. It's about 20 to 10 and I'm just going to intuitively take just a path. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to go and hunt out somewhere for a coffee. Let's see what I can find. Royal Coffee Bar. Hello, good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
So this looks pretty cool. I could sit outside or I could sit here by the window, but I'll be by myself. This is a good place, isn't it? I can tell.
Place.
Okay.
I mean, it's good coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee beans.
Good. Okay.
People always ask like, where are they from? So I feel like that's a good sign.
Yes, definitely.
But then we are also vegan, so that's like an added bonus but if you don't like it, you can have something without milk.
Thank you.
Try and make our spirits proud with this coffee then.
Please do, because coffee is my second love.
Is it?
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure there now, isn't a lot of pressure. So no pressure really.
I'll try and figure it out.
Yeah, I'll leave it with you. Thank you.
Alright, so I've had a lovely few hours just pottering around, had an espresso as you saw, and was just taking the world in. And I've just been sat here for a while, just being present, just taking it in, you know. Sometimes life's always a million miles an hour, isn't it? And especially when I travel and do things like this, sometimes I have to remind myself that, you know, this is the first time I've ever been here. Probably unlikely, but you know, there could be an opportunity that I might not come back again for a while. So take it in and just be. And just take it in and be present. And I think sometimes we underestimate the power of being, because we're always on that sort of clock and we're always thinking that we need to be doing the next thing and racing to the next thing. So that's what I'm doing. I've got about 10 minutes before being picked up to go to the centre, and it's going to be a wonderful afternoon. So what I'm about to show you is the Energy Enhancement System concepts. So this is the beam center. And are you staring straight into the matrix there?
I am
Yeah.
going to teleport.
Yeah, where should we go?
Maybe to the other side of the room.
I'll have to tell you about this thing in a moment, which I think you'll enjoy.
Cut in the video, and then we ran here and we're like, yo.
Yeah. She was saying, I mean, it's literally the code of the matrix just running through it,
Right.
which is...
Take your phone.
You've had your turn. Perfect.
Now come and join us.
Hey!
You're in my vlog as well. Okay.
Super.
Great. Amazing. Thank you, buddy. So here we are now having a Lebanese lunch. Everyone's come who attended the conference and the event.
The sun is going to start. We go like this.
Okay, beautiful people, thank you for being here. And Dr. Sander Rose gonna open the buffet.
And what is this area called?
Small house.
Sint Martens Laten.
Okay.
And all trees.
Oh yes, most
Yeah.
expensive area of Belgium.
Is it really?
Yes.
That looks like a good opportunity to buy. That's my real estate days coming up. Okay, after an amazing day, we're now having dinner to finish a spectacular weekend here. I'm going to rather embarrassingly say I don't know exactly where I am, but I know it's very desirable and very nice. There's a nice church, and it's a beautiful restaurant here in a gorgeous neighborhood.
Vegas.
Will you see it then?
Good morning, Monday the 8th of September. I've just left my hotel room, heading down for breakfast. I've got a couple of hours here before being picked up at 11 a.m. to get to the airport, so enough time to do some shopping to see whether I can get Humphrey a lovely gift, maybe a nice Belgian toy or something, and then obviously something for Coruscant as well. And I just wanted to take a moment to just reflect on the most amazing day yesterday. So I'm hoping firstly I was able to get some decent content, because I was so present the whole day and I didn't really even look at my phone or even pull out this camera. So as you saw there, that was at the Beam Health Centre just on the edge of Ghent, and they have this scalar wave technology, these energy enhancement systems in every corner of the room. And people go to this centre for healing, for relaxation. People sleep there, and the most amazing testimonials are coming out from people that expose themselves to this extremely high vibrational energy, scalar wave technology. And these centres are all over the world now as well. So you just need to type in Energy Enhancement System, and you'll see them. So there was about 150 people who joined us for day 2 yesterday, and we spent a few hours there in the centre, meditating together, reflecting, just being present in that light. And it was so deep, you could go very, very deep into a meditation very quickly. And then from there we went to the most
beautiful Lebanese restaurant from sort of like 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and then we got in the car and we drove to another restaurant, which was again stunning. I just felt like I did pretty much just eating yesterday afternoon. Where was it that I was? I'm just gonna have a quick look now, because if you're in the area, I'd highly recommend the restaurant I went to. So it's in an area called St. Martin's Leighton, and there's a lovely restaurant there right by the church. I can't pronounce the name of the restaurant, but if you look in St. Martin's Leighton, the first restaurant that's right by the church, I'd highly recommend. Absolutely stunning, and just such a great opportunity to be with like-minded people. You know, the hosts of the event and the owners of the Beam Health Centre, and it was just a great experience. So really grateful, and feel really blessed to have spent 3-4 days here in Ghent with them. Obviously super excited to be heading back home today. That's the one thing that's difficult obviously with these trips, is that you know, being away from Coruscant and Humphrey is hard. Away in a few days again to Dublin, but like you've heard me say before, this is only a temporary thing, right? Look at this staircase, by the way. Oh, hello. Thank you. Yeah, the architecture in this building is so pretty, so amazing. Yes, so it's only temporary, and then all future travel from there will be with Coruscant and Humphrey. So that's really exciting. So just gonna have breakfast now, and then we can do some exploring, and then head back home. I should be back home tonight by about 9 o'clock. So I've got about 10 minutes before the majority of the shops open here, and I'm excited to see whether I can find anything. I'm on a part now, which is beautiful, these lovely sort of cobbled streets, some sort of independent shops, but it looks like, just doing a bit of research online, for some reason, a lot of them aren't open on Mondays. That's fine. They obviously follow my principle to make Monday great, so I don't blame them. So I've literally got sort of about half an hour or so, and then I'm going to head back to the hotel before heading over to the airport. A few people have asked me, firstly, Matt, have you been able to run? You've probably noticed on this vlog that I haven't, and that's very simply because I couldn't pack my running kit in my carry-on suitcase. I practically had to stand on it to get it closed. So I haven't been able to run, but I've done a lot of walking. This is what I mean by these independent stores, look. They're really unusual. And this is the road here, which is really cute. And there's a really nice square here coming up. That was another question I got, Matt, have you found the coffee here? Well, the honest truth is I haven't had a decent flat white, which is okay. I haven't really had time, and a lot of the bakeries and coffee shops that I have found, I haven't had a chance to go over to, or they're not open until sort of like Tuesday in the week. But I've had a good espresso, really good espresso. Obviously, if I was here and I had a little bit more time, then I'm sure I'd be able to find some really decent places. But yeah, there just hasn't been the time. But really good espresso, which has been good. Look how beautiful this is. So pretty, so beautiful. I'm gonna grab a photo of that as well. So here's a little street that I was really excited about, but again, everything's just closed, which is a shame. And this looked like a really quaint little children's store. Again, closed. And I'm leaving at 11. I think that reads 11 a.m. I think. I have to come back with Humphrey then midweek. Looks interesting anyway. I'm not sure what it would be like, but it looks like an interesting store. This street here is just full with quaint little independent stores, all closed on a Monday. Anyway, there's always the airport, which I suppose isn't ideal, but I can't not go back with anything for Humphrey. I have got sweets, that is the one thing I'm going back with. And this looks nice. Smells beautiful too. Belgian chocolates. Good morning. Hello. Hello. These look beautiful. I think I'll definitely have to take some of these back. Can't not get Belgian chocolates. Okay, so I'm all packed and I'm just sat here in the hotel. I have about 15 minutes before being picked up, and I'm sat right overlooking the river here in my hotel in sort of the bar area, which, let me see whether I can show you. Here it is. Which is just beautiful. Just doing a little bit of work, about sort of 10-15 minutes of work, catching up on a few emails, and then I'm going to put this vlog down, and that's going to be a wrap for my trip here in Ghent. Here's what I want to say. When it comes to manifestation, when it comes to whatever it is that you're seeking to create in your life, a real question that's often asked, that's not fully understood, is how to take the right action. Because sometimes there is the very obvious, aligned, inspired action you can take. It's so obvious in your face, and sometimes you have to lean through fear and do it. An example of that is if someone asks me to do a keynote to a large crowd, and I look at it and I say it's a great opportunity, it's definitely aligned with my vision and my mission, and it feels right, then great. But there's often fear of doing that and speaking in front of a large crowd. That's obviously aligned action. There's also times where you're doing this work, but there is no action. There is no one reaching out. And sometimes it can feel like you're getting in the way because you're forcing the action. In that case, my advice is to get yourself out there in any sense of the word. I know not everyone can travel, but it doesn't mean just traveling around the world. When I say get yourself out there, say to yourself, what else can I do to just move? And some of the best advice I can give is write down all the emotions that would be present when whatever it is that you're seeking manifests. Write down all those emotions and say to yourself, what activities do I know that could make me feel that way? Or what activities do I think I could do that would make me feel that way? And by doing that, you're actually taking aligned action, because you're going to be in the emotional landscape of your desire. But also, there's a new science that I'm discovering around action, which is, and it makes sense, when you get yourself out there, you're actually making it easier for that energetic universal intelligence to co-create with you and help you manifest and give you synchronicity. Because you are that energy always follows the path of least resistance. So if you do that and get yourself out there, you're creating these pathways, and it's so much easier for the magic to start happening. So your message today is whatever's on your mind about getting yourself out there, do it. And that's the great thing about meeting new people, because you never know by having one conversation what door one person can open. There are so many people here this weekend, from a couple I met in here having breakfast yesterday who are from San Francisco, who are nothing to do with the event, but we just got chatting, and I'm probably going to go and do a talk at some point at one of the clubs that they're members of in San Francisco. And then other people that I've met here and just started to talk to. It's just about getting yourself out there and creating these pathways. It makes so much sense. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for following me. Thank you for watching this vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed Ghent as much as I have. If you've liked Ghent, come here. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's beautiful. If I had more time, I'd have more time to go in the nooks and crannies of all the independent stores and go and find some amazing places for coffee. But I've really enjoyed it. So if you're watching this and you're from Belgium and Ghent, thank you. And I'll see you in another vlog soon.